Okay, now something I'm really passionate about, which is medicinal mushrooms. So mushrooms are the detoxification engine of nature, the recycling system that puts organic molecules back into the web of life. So plants can grow and trees can grow, and wildlife and animals like us can thrive. So fungi is essential, and fungi is quite rare in a lot of modern diets. And the fungi that people do eat, the mushrooms, are not the good ones that you find in the store. The little button mushroom, white button mushrooms, are not much in them. So medicinal mushrooms can heal you, and they're very, very, very powerful in their adaptogenic effects, antibacterial effects for killing the bad bacteria in your gut that causes moodiness and depression and a lot of anxiety. Gut bacteria is fundamental to our health. We have a fungal and bacterial ecosystem in our gut that is so crucial to our well-being, and a lot of problems up here are actually growing down here in our gut. And mushrooms are fundamental for healing our gut, reducing the growth of candida and other bacteria that is negative for our health, causes leaky gut syndrome, that kind of stuff. So also, they're antiviral, so you get sick less. They're stimulatory to your immune system, which means you get sick less in the winter, which is not so bad. Being knocked out for 5 days is not easy in the winter. You get behind on things very fast. So there's different remedies you can take in the winter, teas, decoctions you can make at home, tinctures that can heal you and prevent you from getting sick. So there's mushrooms that can reduce the size of tumors. So theoretically, they could prevent cancer in some ways. There's all these different powers of mushrooms. And if you're not familiar with the difference between fungi, mycelium, and mushrooms, there's three things there. And there's some slight differences, although they're all connected. So mushrooms are the fruiting bodies, the reproductive bodies, the spore-spreading bodies of underground networks of fungi called mycelium that interconnect the root systems of plants and trees and really create the magic of life on the earth, on the soil. They're soil creators. And humans, with the human word coming from the Latin root humus, which means soil, are soil beings. We are soil, and good food grown in good soil makes us full of vitality and energy and spirit. And bad food from fast food and whatnot makes us full of garbage that diminishes our spirit and our ability to think and feel and sleep properly and recharge and all these things we need, especially in the winter. So there's 5 mushrooms I think are really powerful to experiment with. I personally believe in building a relationship with the mushroom and growing it myself at home. And I do forage different times of the year as well, but there's only so much you can often forage if you have limited time. And if you're in the city, for example, whereas you can grow mushrooms easily both in your backyard on a log or inside on sawdust and other substrates, at scale, inexpensively, like for 90% less than you're gonna pay to buy it online. But if you want to get started and experiment with this, the adaptogenic effects, the healing effects, the energy boosting effects, I recommend going to your local health food store, going on Amazon or whatever online store you use for food and health products, and buying some and start experimenting with them. And what's interesting about mushrooms is they have effect over time. They build up in your system. So you should cycle them for at least a month, ideally 2 months, to really get the full benefits. And you really should take a mushroom you choose to take for the whole winter, ideally, or a blend of mushrooms. So the 5 mushrooms I love are turkey tail. Turkey tail grows in the fall. It's like peak turkey tail season, and you can harvest it and prepare it and store it for the winter. And turkey tail is great. I drink turkey tail tea when I feel like I have a sore throat coming on, or I'm not feeling too good and I feel like I might be getting sick, and it boosts my energy, my immune system, my sleep better, and I'm able to fight off that sickness. So turkey tail, amazing stuff. You can get it from stores. It's very easy to grow at home as well. Next up, lion's mane. So lion's mane increases neurogenesis in your brain, which improves your memory and your concentration. It improves your sleep, improves your mood. And it's very easy to grow at home, inside, outdoors, super easy. Then we have Rishi. There's all different kinds of Rishi, but red Rishi is considered the king of all the herbs in traditional Chinese medicine. The herb of immortality. The ancient emperors of China, kept it to themselves, and it was illegal for the peasants to eat it. They had to bring it to the emperor, so the emperor could live longer and do his thing. It's powerful stuff. Red Rishi, you can grow very easily at home. Next, you have Shiitake, which is the one medicinal mushroom that you'll see in stores quite regularly. Also super easy to grow at home, and it's just an amazing mushroom. And then the mushroom I always recommend people start out with is oyster mushrooms. There's all different kinds, blue oysters, all these exotic oysters, but just your white oysters are great to grow at home. You can grow them in 2 or 3 weeks, and they just keep sprouting, and you get a huge amount of delicious mushrooms. You can saute them in butter and cook them up in your food. Amazing stuff, oyster mushrooms. So that's 5 mushrooms. I'm gonna have a guide below. Look them up at your local store, ask about them, get them online, try them out. It can make a huge difference, because winter is stressful on our bodies and our minds, and the more you have adaptogens in your diet, the more you can adapt to these stresses, the more you can be adaptable to change and to conflict and to the stressors in our environment today, mental and physical. So medicinal mushrooms are so powerful. Try them out for yourself, and go through the guide below. And tomorrow is the last day of the challenge. So got some really exciting stuff tomorrow on how technology is changing our brains and how it is causing this sleep epidemic where people are not getting good sleep and they're chronically tired, which, as you know, when you're tired, it leads to all sorts of problems. So tomorrow we're gonna dive into that. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a good one.